Hi, I'm Sam Jeffrey, your tech guy here at Bulldog Bytes TV. For tech news, we will be talking about the HTC One M9 in comparison to previous generations. The original One M7 was an underdog when it first was released, and the same for the One M8. The One M9, sadly, is not. The One M8 took some ugly design cues, and the M9 is even uglier. HTC now has about a 1mm edge that pops out on the sides and makes the phone awkward to hold. The camera, though, much better in quality, is very ugly with its square design. Square cameras were a huge complaint on Samsung's phone. Sadly, the battery is also not the best on the One M9, even though the battery on the previous generation was amazing. The sound quality, though, is the best it has ever been. You probably won't even need a Bluetooth speaker with you, because Boom Sound, HTC's name for their front-facing speakers, has improved so much. Sadly for me, I will probably be switching to Oppo or OnePlus for my next phone. I'm Sam Jeffrey. See you next time.
Welcome to Bulldog Bytes TV. I'm Esther Cleek. Today, I will bring you news about the review of the play, recently performed George M. But first, I would like to wish Kelsey Kramer, Ryan Borgman, Dylan Graff, and Josh Bisker a very happy birthday. This weekend, Aquin High School performed the play George M. George M. Cohan was a Broadway legend. He worked himself up the ladder by performing, producing, directing, and writing over 100 shows. Through his non-traditional musical, students had the challenge of going in and out of scenes, some of which were a part of the plot, while others were experts of his actual show. Alongside his mother, father, sister, and his second and first wife, he made a name for himself. Some even said he owned Broadway. Popular songs included Yankee Doodle Dandy, Your Grand Old Flag, and Give My Regards to Broadway. Mr. and Mrs. Hotchkiss and their daughter Anne directed this. Mrs. Feiner helped with the choreography. Kate Siegel and Anne Hotchkiss designed and painted the sets, with the help of Haley Truman. They included a scene from London, a port, and the Eiffel Tower. The auditorium was decked out in flags, hanging from the balcony. The stage and the entrance, the cast and crew spent hours signing, blocking, and dancing through the biography of George M. Cohan. The cast had a strong group of seniors and made it a memorable final show. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm Esther Cleek, signing off to you from Bulldog Bytes TV. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Dean Sopsey, and this is a quick look around the sports world. The conference season for baseball and softball this past week has begun. The teams take on Durand-Pecatonica for baseball and Durand for softball. Tuesday's games were postponed because there was too much snow to play on. New this year to IHSA baseball and softball, your teams will play both conference games in the same week against the same team. Next week, the baseball team takes on Dakota Tuesday and Thursday. This allows for teams to not pitch their ace against the same team. March Madness is truly living up to its name this year, as we have already seen many classic games. Number 14, UAB, or University of Alabama Birmingham, defeated number 3, Iowa State. This game alone busted many brackets, including mine. Number 14, Georgia State, took down number 3, Baylor, with an epic three-point shot at the end. Number 10, Ohio State, defeated VCU. UCLA also beat SMU, and the number 1 seeded Villanova Wildcats lost in the third round to number 8 NC State. Wichita State is still dancing as they advance to the Sweet 16 behind Fred VanVleet, the Rockford native. No one could predict this tournament this year, like usual, not even me. The last bracket submitted to ESPN, that was perfect, did not last. It was busted halfway through the third round. The person who submitted the bracket was quoted saying, "I had no clue what I was doing. I picked teams that seemed cooler. There was no thought process deeper than that." End quote. This shows how unpredictable March Madness is. So far the tournament has been insane, and it promises to continue all the way until the end in the championship game. This has been your Sports Report. I'm Dean Sopsey. Stay classy, Aquin.
I did mine.
In recent news, a grand total of 27 students at Old Northwest High School, located in Kansas, tested positive for tuberculosis this week. Those familiar with the disease will know that it is airborne and can be transmitted from coughs, sneezes, and other respiratory fluids. More than 300 members of the school were tested for TB last week after a reported case of the disease. Luckily, none of those who were tested showed symptoms from the disease, which classifies them as having latent TB. Having a vaccine to combat TB decreases the risk by 20%. However, the immunity it induces may come back after 10 years. 27 people were being treated to combat their TB, and the school may re-administer the test on May 5th. This is Jay Jazza reporting for Bulldog Bytes TV.
I did mine. Hello, I'm Tristan Keister, and I'm going to talk a little more on shed hunting. We had a couple of nice weeks looking for sheds with this snow we have and the rain that's coming in the forecast. That'll put a halt on shed hunting for at least a good week. But more on shed hunting, if you or when you find some, you can sell them for $10 an inch. That is insane. But personally, I keep all my sheds as collectors. And the small ones I find, I allow my dog to chew on them. It is also good for their teeth, and he loves them. And if you want to get a dog hooked on shed hunting, you can buy a kit that trains them with like the smell. And this is your hunting news. I'm Tristan Keister. See you next time.